how can the physical design of a business really help drive the bottom line of the business? Is it really that? It can really have such a profound impact?
It's critical impact. Yes. And we see it over and over again. I'll give you an example, let's say from residential buildings.
Yes.
We were called to design a lobby, corridors, gym in middle range building.
Okay.
Had quite a few vacancies.
Okay.
When we finished the design, other than that,
Right.
unhappy tenants. The management company was warning us, like, these people are very unhappy. You'll have a lot of complaints. Be careful. Don't worry. But take it with a grain of salt. Unhappy tenants. When we finished the work there, the super who you have to get the truth, the facts from the people on the ground.
That's right.
Right. So the super tells me, I am having the best time after you finished. Nobody's complaining.
Wow.
I have no calls. Everybody's happy. Of course. And then he tells me, people are ringing my bell every single day to ask for apartments. I don't have any.
And that was the same building that had vacancies.
Same building that had vacancies, same people, same building that we were warned about the tenants that they are trouble. Everything became okay and beautiful. And why is that? Because if people don't feel good about the surroundings, they complain about anything and everything. As soon as they feel good,
everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
It's just so fascinating the way you discuss this, that the ROI is so critical for, let's say, a building owner. Let me ask you this question. A typical business, if the interior design is really creative and done right, does it even help in terms of employee productivity, retention, or is it only, let's say in healthcare where it helps for census?
Everyone wants to work in a good and a nice and a comfortable environment. Nobody wants, people have to, but the productivity and this good feeling that you get when you work in a nicely done workplace is amazing. I'll give you another example. We were working in Westchester on a nursing home. That was kind of in a remote area. It was very hard for them to get employees. And their reason in decorating it was not for employees, but they wanted their census to be better, and that happened anyway.
Okay.
But what happened that was totally unexpected is one of the nurses said, I want to invite some of my friends to the grand opening. Can I do that? And they said, sure, go ahead.
Okay.
She invited some of her friends. They told other people what it looks like. All of a sudden, their employees' problem was resolved. No problem. People called. People called. They wanted to work there.
I mean, because just being inside the ambiance of that beautiful facility made it so attractive.
A nice environment. People want to be in a pleasant environment.
Now, you mentioned Westchester. You service. Now, Westchester, of course, is near, and it's within the listening range of WABC. That's that, of course. But my understanding is you service clients nationwide.
Correct.
How do you do that? And this is really more of a question. How you stay sane, managing projects coast to coast. How do you?
So we really have to travel with our clients. If they have facilities or developments or real estate in a different state, we have to do it. It is challenging because the distance. You can be there on a moment's notice. Right. If there is a question, it's hard to answer. But the technology today with the Skyping and
Skype, FaceTime,
meeting space, all that, it can be done. It's doable.
Let me ask you like this, and I'm not asking you to share all your trade secrets, but just the listeners of Mind Your Business, keep the pressure. Remember, staying in the top 10 in Nielsen ratings is no easy feat. And part of the reason why we do that is because they know I ask my guests the tough questions in order to, pick their brain for their great advice, and I appreciate your willingness to do that. What are some of the common design mistakes that you would say that take place in the workplace that actually hamper productivity?
There are common mistakes and there are not so common mistakes.
Okay.
First of all, when you approach a project, you really need to understand what the work is all about and how they process the work. So as I mentioned before, if you need constant contact with one of your supervisors, you want your office to be near that person. Otherwise, you get distracted, and the moment passes, and you didn't ask that very crucial question, and a mistake or a loss occurs. So that is in office workplace really, really important. The placement, the lighting, the ambiance, the good environment. In healthcare, also, it's very crucial. First of all, you want your patients to feel comfortable. You want them to feel at home, not in a hospital, not in an institutional feeling. Many patients, we found out, don't want to leave their room because they're afraid they're not going to be able to get back. Every corridor looks the same. They don't know where they're going. So wayfinding is very important.
Can you explain that? Wayfinding?
Sure. Let me give an example from a children's healthcare, not a healthcare, a clinic, a children's clinic that we designed. With many, many doors and many corridors, and it looked like a maze, very, very confusing. And I said to myself, if I were a child, and here I am putting myself in the shoes of whoever it is that's using the space that I am designing. So if I was a child, I would get so confused. I wouldn't know where I'm going. So what we did, we created arrows from the reception desk in the floor that leads to the various doors. And each door had a colored stripe on it. And the receptionist would say to them, follow the arrow to the blue room, follow the arrow to the yellow room, to the green room. And of course, the decor of the room matched the stripe on the door. Right. So it became so much easier and so much friendlier. In another children's facility, which is a therapy facility, we painted each door because also in a different color, and we put colored footsteps on the corridor, and then you say to the child, follow the yellow footsteps to the yellow door. It achieves two things. A, they know where they're going. It's not strange. It's not scary. And the play therapy starts already in the corridor. They're skipping on the footsteps. They're trying to step from one to the other. It just loosens up the mood. And that helps. It helps in how people feel, especially children. You have to be very careful about their feelings and their fears.
I love the honor of interviewing C-level executives and sharing their great advice and perspective on Mind Your Business. I'd love to get your feedback. Post it in the comments below and subscribe. You'll never miss an edition of Mind Your Business.